Hey guys, Assalamualaikum and good day to you. So, previously we have finished uh, um, constructing our S curve. As you can see here, this is our S curve developed based on the costing of the project. So, as you can see here, S curve, there's a quite a steep curve here, a steep increase in cost here on this S curve. So, it reflects the amount of work and also the amount of cost. Indirectly, it reflects the amount of work being done here is very huge. So let's say, for example, client is not very not prefer for you to have an S curve with a flat, very flat uh, area here, because it reflects it shows that the amount of project completed up to here is about like 90%, almost 90%, but with the remaining work period of almost like 6 months, May, June, July, August, September, October. So another 6 months of project, 6 months out of 18 months. So it shows that you have the client have paid you a lot of money, but the remaining time is still big. So preferably for you to adjust your skills so that you have a gradual continuous increase in claim, so that uh, the client won't feel that they have been paying you too much, or you are concentrating a lot of work up to that point. You are concentrating too much workforce. For example, in this, you are focusing so much manpower in this area. So let's say you want to adjust it. So uh, one way to do is to increase your duration for the project uh, on this certain area. You not increase the duration for the whole project. The duration still remains the same, but you adjust the duration for this job activity here, so that you can have a gradual increase up to here. So we want to reduce the cost here uh, by increasing the duration of the work. So there won't be a sharp increase here. It will be a gradual duration for this activity here will be increasing. So in order to do that, you have to analyze activities which activities are causing this increase in cost on your cash flow. So one first thing to do is to add, you need to add column here, so you can see the cost for each activity. So although you have put in the cost, so yeah, cost column here, so you can see here, this is the cost that you have key in here, resource based on resources name, but this is the totaling up of the cost. So let's say you're assigning three type of resources in foundation work. So the column here will be the total cost for foundation work, but in our example it is one resources name for one type of work, one task. So as you can see, these are the costs, the cost for each. So you can basically minimize this header. So as you can see here, on April, so a sharp increase will be due to these three, basically largely influenced by these three activity and unit, corner unit, and corner unit. So uh, this uh, these activities are to be completed based on our schedule, to be completed on April. So this resulted in large surge in cost, increase in, and this resulted in a sharp increase in cash flow, as you can see in this graph here, S curve. So this is what causing this steep increase. So in order for you to minimize it and to moderate this curve, so you need to increase the duration of this activity, this three unit, and unit, corner unit, and two corner unit and unit. So as you can see here is basically around like 5.4 million here that need to finish, to be completed April. So what we're going to do is we're going to increase the duration of this work so that the end time will be around July. So the cost will be distributed on longer period. So now we know the cost. So what we're going to do is uh, to increase the duration. For example, we increase the architectural work and RC work. But before that, before you're trying to increase, you need to know, as we've learned before in this the lecture, we need to know which tasks are critical and which tasks are not critical. So if you are increasing the duration on the critical task, so you will be increasing the duration of the project. So you want to avoid that because the duration of project should remain the same because that is being agreed on the contractual side. So first you need to highlight. So you click on your uh, view, or you click on your Gantt chart format. Then you tick critical task, so you know which one is critical. So as you can see here, the critical tasks have been highlighted in red. So this they basically the critical tasks. So if you open up the typical intermediate unit, so this is your critical task. Uh, uh, to help to further help you differentiate all the tasks without having to switch side here between the bar chart and the task list. What you want to do is click on bar here in your Gantt chart format, and then before that you need to highlight all the tasks and then click bar. And for example, we pick on the bar text tab, and then you pick the let's say you want to place the information. What we want to do is we want to place when we want to identify each bar chart belongs to which task. So we type in name. So basically we want to put name of each task on the left hand side, on the right hand side of the bar chart. So we click OK here. So you can see there's a changes, some changes, one change, task change. So basically name is highlighted, is stated on the right hand side. So basically you can um, know which task that is critical and which are not critical, which are highlighted in blue color. So um, let's open up this. So you can see these three tasks that are critical that incurred large costs, and causing the large surge in cost is a non-critical task. So you basically can move these tasks um, uh, however you want because you won't affect the finish time of the project. Also, as you can see at the Gantt chart format tab, you can also tick slack, so you can know what is the basically in the figure how much the slack time for this work. So what you can do is increase the duration. For example, we increase it to 30 days. So the activities are being shifted to the right uh, without having uh, without having any effect on the finish time of the project. So we can further increase. So what we are doing here is not just adjusting the placement of the cost or the adjustment of the cash flow of the project. That's number one good thing about this. And number two is we are distributing the work. So you won't need a lot of worker at one critical time, because you are distributing the period of work. So the cost, you will need less manpower for uh, for each task, because you are increasing the duration, so you are reducing the productivity of the job, of the worker. So basically you are reducing the cost. And then you can continue doing this. Let's say increase it to 60, and then what we're going to do is copy it. Let's see if it allows you to do here, because you don't want to affect your finish date. So here you're really at the end of the project. So what you want to do, maybe reduce it to 21, 7 week, 3 weeks, and then this is 4 weeks, and this is, so you're gonna have a concurrent construction of a two corner unit, um, which is maybe good, but it depends on your job. But the good thing is you have that slack time for you to really organize your manpower in the actual project. Once the actual project, if there's any delay, so you know these are the activities that have slack, that have extra time, that you can delay without affecting the final final date of the completion for the project. And so as you can see here, street lighting, drainage, water rack, storage pipe also have a few slack days, so you can increase the duration to further reduce the steepness of the S curve. So let's say we put 300 here, too much. So we put 200, 2 to 80, 80. And also here is 300, 300. So as we've learned before, the duration is estimated based on two principles: so manpower productivity, or based on the cost of the work. So that's how you estimate duration. But at this stage, the duration is not being reduced but being increased. So it won't have any much effect on your estimation, on your cost of project, because it's giving you slack time. So you can maybe can start late. But in terms of presentation to your client, in terms of presentation to your head of department, especially on the case of cash flow, because cash flow project, it doesn't only affect the contractor bidding for a project or doing the project, uh, but also affects your company, that the client that is paying up the contractor. So you 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 uh, you don't need to strain yourself. You don't need to strain the company of cash flow if the work can be lengthened up. The payment can be gradually increased, not suddenly burst cash, suddenly pay a huge amount of money. And it helps your company. It helps your company. It helps your the contractor also to manage their cash flow without having the need to have that large amount of sum of money for the project. So let's say this is the final um, final program. So as we've done it before, we want to do a report. So you can pick baseline cost report, and then you generate it. You generate the report, and then it just, what do you want to be displayed, uh, cumulative cost, and then based on the monthly calendar. uh, so, and then assignment usage. On this number, we can based on number alone, we can roughly estimate. So this is our previous chart, or previous S curve. As you let's do some fast comparison. So as you can see here, and on April, your cash flow of the project, your S curve cumulative cost would be on what 14, we've taken 14 million here on April, but we have reduced it to 9 million to 9 million. So what we are seeing here is more gradual curve on, and also less inclined, less steep of the curve, the slope of the S curve. So let's change the design first so you can see it, better see it. So as you can see here, much towards July here, there's no more sharp increase in cost as compared to the previous one. So you can see here on March, on March towards July here, there's a sharp increase, especially in mid of April. 14 million here has been reduced to here. So basically on April is 900,000. So what we are seeing here is much steeper, a much gradual curve, which is more acceptable for client and also for contractor in managing their cash flow. So you won't have a sharp increase in cash flow here. So because when you have that sharp increase, you need to prepare your cash for this project. So contractor need to funding, handing out more cash, more purchasing on this in this section, which uh, cause constraint to your cash flow if it is cash, which might incur borrowings for the contractor, uh, and also on the client side, they might feel like worried. They will be worried because you have a balance of 6 months to be working, and they were worried that, oh, if the contractor ran away, so um, they would lose contractor and the project became abandoned. So they don't want to have that worry, that risk. So what you're doing is, put towards the end is you want to have that gradual increase of payment and increase of completion. So it's a gradual because the project needs to finish in this period of time, and 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 due to that, you know the client doesn't need to worry much about contractor ran away from project, abandoning the project. So the gradual S curve is good for both sides. So you need to adjust it because these are the program that will be uh, utilized throughout the whole project. So that's cover the S curve. So you can first you need to know which type the critical task, and then highlight the slack time. So and then you increase the, and also you identify the uncritical, not critical task. Highlight the cost. You want to know the cost, and because you want to know, because if the task is not costly, it won't affect much your S curve. As example here, these three tasks is very costly, so about uh, 5.4 million. So this will definitely affect your S curve. So once you have adjust your S curve, so it can be presented and submitted to your client. This is the previous one. This is the new one. So before you're sending this, you need to learn how to print. So these are the interface for printing. So you want to print entire project unless you want to print the specific dates because you've passed that point. Let's say you have finish your foundation work up to corner unit, so you want to print from March towards the end, so you can set it here lah, which date. But usually you want to print the whole project, so what you want to adjust is that as you can see here, the duration is not maximizing, it's not utilizing the whole plot of the paper, because you can see there's large empty space here, so you want to see much more longer, a much longer bar chart here, so it will look more presentable. So what you want to do um, um, is to change your gun chart. um, so what you want to do here is in your view here, you're going to set month, to placing your cursor here, so you can basically scroll down and up to zoom in and zoom out to your preferences, and also do some of the column here. You just want to show which column that you want to present in your Gantt chart, your CPM. So you can see here we reduce to start date. So you want to adjust this until you have the proper sizing of the proper sizing of the Gantt chart. You can zoom in, zoom out, so depend. So in my opinion, this quite okay for Gantt chart to be printed in A3, for example. Or you can also change the printing to um, page setup, where you can adjust the sizing. So sometimes we print in A4, so we can attach the A4 to become like 2A3 or 2A4. You print in 2A4, so you attach the 2A4 together to become in A3. So this is where you can change the scaling. So for example, you adjust it to fit one page wide here, and then 2 page tall. So as you can see, the task is reduced on the left, so it will be more, the writing will be more larger, but you have two pages, so you need to attach it together, or maybe you can read it, because everything is in here. So some might attach it, some might display it into different pages, but still people can read it through. So and then you can print it out. So that's how you adjust your printing. So make sure that it is readable, it is presentable, and highlight the task. You can omit the highlight of the task, but it is important to highlight the critical task. The project team can understand which are the critical activities. And furthermore, you can change the legend there. You can go to legend, so you can change legend labels, and also what type of legend uh, being displayed here. Maybe because this one project title is based on your file name, you can also change your own file name and date to your based on in the required by the project team. So that will be all. I see you on the next video. We're going to discuss more about costing for the project, and then tracking for the project. I hope this helps you. for this course, and also for your future undertakings when you are managing in a project. So I hope this helps and further improves your project management skill. So see you more in next video.